Hello everyone, very good evening to all of you. Welcome to BYJU'S exam prep. Welcome to our session on vocabulary. We had taken a session before this. I hope you learned from it and enjoyed it. What are we going to do today? Now, why are we going to do vocabulary? Vocabulary is an integral part of every language. It's an important part of any language, and if you have a good vocabulary, you can do well in any test where questions are asked. You can not just vocabulary, you can also do well in reading comprehension and critical reasoning. That's why it's very important to have a good vocabulary. Good evening, Atulya, Preeti. Your names are a little small font. Okay, I'm not able to see them very well. Nanshi and all of you. Prerna, all you good people. A very good evening to all of you. Yeah, so what we're aiming at is building our vocabulary slowly so that by the time you take CLAT, you have a lot of words under your kitty. Or any exam, not just CLAT. It will help you for every exam that you're going to take. All right. In the last session, if you attended it, if you didn't, please watch the video. We learned vocabulary mostly through synonyms and antonyms. Remember? We did a few fill in the blanks. Today, the words will be all there, but we are going to change the type of questions. I have included mostly fill in the blanks, contextual vocabulary, where the sentence is given, the word is given, underline, and you're asked in the context of the sentence, what's the meaning of this word? So it's easier. Then I've done analogies because that is one thing that bothers most of you, and even for easy questions you make a mistake. And I have also included odd one out questions. So today is going to be a fun session. It's a little easier than the other one because of the type of questions asked. The words are just as difficult. Even though I have written 25 words there, you are going to learn 50 new words today, because with every word that I have asked, I have included new words in the option also. Yes, it will be helpful for every exam that you take, Maharashtra CET and other exams where vocabulary is a part of the test. Now, even those students who are taking just CLAT or just ALET, they say like, why vocabulary? Because in the reading comprehension section itself, there are questions on vocabulary. So you have to be good at vocabulary. It will help you read faster. So it's not just words for the sake of words. I believe that words, you should, if you learn words, if you know words, reading becomes easier. And finally, they're testing your reading, right? All right, question 1. Let me see your answers. The dash weather prevented relief and rescue operations at the accident site. What's the word I want? Clement, inclement, fair, or insouciant? What's the word I want? I've got one answer for B. Yusuf says it's B. What about the others? Quickly. Clement, inclement, fair, and insouciant. What kind of weather will prevent rescue and relief operations? It will be inclement weather. And what is the meaning of inclement? Adverse, or in other words, bad weather. Wait 1 second. Let me get this right. I always have problems initially with bad weather, adverse weather conditions. Now, which brings us to what is clement weather? Mild weather. Very nice, very enjoyable. What does insouciant mean? Suppose you have exams in 1 week or 10 days and you are happily going around watching movies. Your attitude towards the exams is insouciant, carefree, don't get bothered much. That is the meaning of insouciant. Got it? All right. Clear, all of you? All right. Next one. Despite requests from the principal and the teachers, the dash students refuse to take the exam. So here you're saying, I won't take exams. And then you have the principal telling you take the exams. You have the teachers telling you take the exams. Still, you don't take the exam. Then what kind of students are you? What kind of, I have to keep moving this mouse, otherwise redundant, redoubtable, rancor, or recalcitrant. What kind of students are you? So basically we're trying to say you are stubborn. You're not listening. Teachers bolne do, principal bolne do. I'm not budging. What kind of students are you? I've seen many answers for C. Now remember, rancor is the word for a feeling. It's a noun. So how can the word that you need is an adjective, dash students. So I can't say rancor students. You can have rancor means having a lot of bitterness and ill will. So there is rancor among two countries, Ukraine and Russia, right? Rancor means bitterness, bitterness of temperament. All right, so it can't be rancor students. Redundant means extra, superficial, unnecessary. Redundant expression, unnecessary. Redoubtable opponents. India, Pakistan. India is facing Pakistan or not Canada, Australia hockey team. They are redoubtable opponents, formidable, very powerful. Then you call them a redoubtable opponent. So the word you want is obviously D. Recalcitrant means extremely stubborn, unyielding. No matter whoever tells me to take the exam, I won't take it. I won't budge. That the meaning is recalcitrant. So we learned 4 new words for English. For R, S and R have a lot of difficult words, right? All right. So the word we want is recalcitrant. All right. Next one. One of the most appealing features of R.K. Narayan's book. Anybody can read it. You can understand his books from standard 4 or 5. You don't have to, any child will also understand because his English in the book is very nice. You don't have to run to the dictionary to understand what he wrote. So it's a refreshing lack of what kind of language. If he writes in a manner that everybody can understand it, what kind of language must he be using? Very easy language. The kind of language you have to use in Hindi if I have to understand it, right? So what, without any unnecessary dash language. What's the word I want? Simplistic, recondite, refractory, adamantine. Remember, that language is simple but will not have lack of unnecessary what kind of language? Lack of unnecessary difficult language, right? Read the sentence, don't mark A. Now simple and simplistic are not the same. They're not the same. But his language was simple. That means his language did not lack simplicity. Even if you confuse simple and simplistic. Suppose I give you a solution which you know doesn't work, but a simplistic solution is not a simple solution. A simplistic solution is a false solution. It's a superficial solution which will actually not solve the problem. So simplistic and simple are two different things. Got it? But here he is saying his language was not difficult. There was no unnecessary difficult words. Lack of unnecessary difficult language. That is why his books were simple. So what is the word we want? Adamantine and refractory both mean the same thing as recalcitrant. Adamantine and refractory both mean stubborn, firm or rigid. They say adamantine discipline. No matter what happens, you have to get up at 5 o'clock. You have to study till 9. That's called adamantine discipline. I will not have any change in this schedule. That's called very rigid discipline. So they are not the words we want. So what's the word we want? Obviously, it means recondite. What does recondite means? Abstruse, difficult to understand. Recondite means something which is very difficult to understand, something which is very complex. The problem with land laws in India is they are very recondite. You have to run to a lawyer to find out what does this mean. Because the writing is written in such a way, the law is written in such a way that nobody understands what it means. You need a lawyer to interpret only. Understood? So that's the meaning of. So Arkenarayan's novels did not have any recondite language. It had a lack of unnecessary recondite language. It was written in simple language. Clear? Another famous author who got the Nobel Prize and was also known for his simple style is Ernest Hemingway. All right. So the word we want is recondite. Will you remember the word next time if I ask you? All right. The widening dash between moderates and extremists in the party will lead to its division sooner than later. The party has a widening something which will split the party, which will divide the party. And he is saying it will happen very soon. So what's the word I want? Widening what? Schism, gyre, clutch, or meld. Except one word, probably 3 words are new for you, or maybe 2. So widening what? Normally what do we say? Indian cricket team. Okay, suppose it's not there, but suppose there's a Virat Kohli faction and a Rohit Sharma faction. Then we'll say there is a rift in the team. Correct? What's the word you want for that? Clutch. Somebody clutched your hand. Clutching means gripping. Clutch means to grip or grasp. So it cannot be widening clutch. Clutch means grip or grasp. I'll clutch your hand. Okay. 3, 4, 5 years it remains the same. Okay. Just go through the papers. Okay. Then you will know. All right. So C is not the answer. I'm getting answers for next answer is either A or B. Schism means division. Now, normally you use the word widening gyre. Gyre is like a vortex or a whirlpool. It's like this. This is called a circle. That's a gyre. So it cannot be a gyre. The better word is schism. Though we use the term widening gyre, but it's like a whirlpool, a vortex. And you're getting taken into that. But here we are talking of a clear division. So the word we want is schism. That's my answer. Clear? So the answer is A. All right. Yeah, some of you got A. Very good. The talk lampoons many famous celebrities and is often in the center of controversy. You have these talk shows, okay? And in those talk shows, they take some famous names and then they lampoon these famous celebrities, these famous people. Then, and because of that, the talk show becomes controversial. They want more people to view it. So whenever there's a controversy, they think more viewers will come. So what is the meaning of lampoon? The talk show lampoons many famous celebrities. Lauds, studies. Always read the full sentence and see, okay, do I need a word which means something positive or negative? And accordingly, okay. Obviously, because it is controversial, it ridicules. Lampoons means ridicules, to make fun of somebody, right? That means to show them in a ridiculous light, to make fun of them, to laugh at them. That is the meaning of lampoons. What is the meaning of laud? Laud, applaud. We've done this in the last session, and the reason I asked this, it will be asked in a tone question. To laud somebody means to praise somebody. All right. Okay. Quickly. 6th word. I love reading books and enjoy my languid moments on Sundays. What's the meaning of languid? Lazy, intellectual, lively, precious. What's the meaning of, yes, lauding also means applause. To praise somebody by clapping. Yeah. I love reading books and enjoy my languid moments on Sunday. What does languid mean? Lazy, intellectual, lively, or precious? Please put the question number when you answer. Question 6. What's the answer I want? My dash moments. Lazy, intellectual, lively, precious. in the context of the sentence, precious works, but the meaning of languid is not precious. The meaning of languid is lazy. So when we say languid moments, it means lazy moments. You don't feel like doing anything. On a Sunday, you sit with a book, that's called languid. Now, this is more often you'll come across this word as an adverb. Somebody walks languidly. Here, it means without putting any effort. So, in a way, it means gracefully. Somebody dances languidly. Somebody talks in a languid manner with a drawl, or somebody dances languidly. That means very gracefully, as if he's not putting in any effort. The Prabhu Devas, the Hrithik Roshans, you look at them and you say, the movements are not jerky. They may be energetic when energy is needed. Otherwise, they seem to do it so easily. Then also you use the word languidly, right? So the word we want is lazy. Now, the reason I gave this is I didn't give you any clue in the word itself. So many contextual vocabulary questions in exams would give you a sentence like this. You think that in the context you can guess the meaning. It could be precious. Oh, Sunday I can, but it's not. Okay. All right. Next one. After the truce, what does truce mean? Truce, after a war, you sign a peace deal. That's called truce. Truce means peaceful agreement between the two. The leaders, the end of a wars end with truce, peace. The leader showed great magnanimity towards the enemy nation. So what is the meaning of magnanimity? Meanness, shrewdness, generosity, or eagerness. If you've done roots, then you will know the meaning easily. Magnanimity. Question 7. After the truce, the leader showed great magnanimity towards the enemy nation. Excellent. I'm seeing some correct answers. Okay, excellent. All C's, excellent. Mag plus anim. Animus spirit. Mag means big, largeness of heart, therefore generosity. All right. Shrewdness means astuteness. It means cleverness, and it normally has a negative connotation. If you're very intelligent, but you use the intelligence for your benefit, then, all right, that's called shrewdness. The mellifluous voices of the Mangeshkar sisters enthralled listeners for many decades. Mellifluous means raucous, melodious, loud, stentorian. I will go back. What was the 6th question? I'll go back. We've got lots of questions. I'll go back to it if there is time. Mellifluous. Sweet, flowing. Obviously, it means melodious. Okay. Good to the ear. Something that sounds very good to the ear. Now, let's come to raucous. What is the meaning of raucous? Harsh sounding, shrill, stringent. Something that sounds very harsh to your ears. Now, what does stentorian mean? When I do roots, I'll do this word again. Stentorian means loud and booming. The same meaning as C. Alright? Okay. Mellifluous, melodious, and there is another word that we often ask along with it. Dulcet. All mean the same thing. Alright? Okay. Next. Identify if the given pair of words have the same meaning, similar meaning, not exactly the same meaning, but can be similar, or different meanings. All right. Panacea and remedy. Do you think they are same or similar or different? Just write S for same and D for different. Panacea and remedy. Same or different. Question 9. S for same, D for different. Quick. Panacea and remedy mean the same or different. Let's do, you are attending the class for vocabulary. Let's let's just do vocabulary. We start discussing syllabus and all, we'll just run out of time. Okay, there are sessions for that separately. All right, yes, they mean the same, similar meanings. Panacea means a cure all or a solution or a remedy to a problem. All right, so they are the same. Next one, pedagogy and instruction. Do they mean the same or different? Pedagogy and instructions. Do they mean the same or different? Please put the question number, okay? Manisha and Harshvi. I'm not able to see the names clearly. I'll put bigger font next time. Pedagogy means method of instruction, the way you uh, teach. That's called the method you follow in teaching is called pedagogy or the method of instruction. So they are similar, right? So answer will be same, not different. I mean, I'm asking, you're not just looking at the exact meaning. Then it will not, pedagogy is method, the way you teach. So the pedagogy that we follow at BYJU'S exam prep is very different from somebody else's. Okay, ours is obviously better. Method of instruction, so instruction, the way of teaching. All right. Okay. Pertinent and rude. Do you think they are the same or different? Question 11. Pertinent and rude. Same or different? I'll tell you the meanings of both once if they are the same, obviously, they are similar, but I'll tell you the exact way of teaching, method of teaching or instruction, Tanisha. All right. All right. Pertinent and rude, same or different? Quickly. Question 11. Question 11. Different? Okay, I've got one answer. Yusuf says different. Megha says different. Those are the names I can see. Yeah, I'm seeing lots of. Pertinent means relevant. Okay. Ask questions related to the words, and rude, of course, is mannerless. Now, why did I ask? Because this word impertinent means rude. All right. Sorry. What did I do? I'm sorry. What did I do? I'm sorry. Okay. All right. Next. Plethora. Impertinent means rude. That was an impertinent answer. Means very rude, very mannerless. All right. Plethora and scarcity. Same or different? 12. Plethora and scarcity. Same or different? Do you think the words are the same or they are different? Please give the question number, Tanishka. Question number. Mark the question number so I can see. Otherwise, all D and S, I don't know which question you're answering, right? Okay. Prerna says different. Lots of difference, one or two sames. Plethora means abundance, having too much of something. Scarcity is its opposite. So the answer is different. Plethora, too much of something. Abundance. Okay, plethora of guavas in the market now. All right. Query and question, same or different? Question 13. Query and question, same or different? Question 13. Query and question, same or different? Oh, actually, in the previous word, plethora and scarcity are the exact opposites of each other. They're not just different, they're opposites of each other. All right, I'm getting quite a few mixed answers for 13, many same, mostly same, and some different. All right, that is because you are confusing the word with query. Query means question. What does query mean? One is the marble quarries of Rajasthan from which the marble was taken to build the Taj Mahal, a site where you dig stone of a kind. The other meaning of quarry is the prey of a hunt, site for digging stone or the prey of a hunt, a target of a hunt. When somebody is going after one person, he is called the quarry. So quarry is the prey of a hunt. Okay, got it? So they are obviously different from each other. All right, now the odd one out. There are 4 words here. One word is different from the rest. The others are all synonymous, similar meanings. Not exactly the same, maybe similar meanings. Querulous, irritable, complaining, curious. Which is the odd one out? A, B, C, or D? Question 14. Which word is the odd one out? Querulous, irritable, complaining, and curious. Okay, Preeti says it's D. D, lots of D's. Okay, next question. What does querulous mean? Querulous means complaining. Alright, which means irritable. When you're irritable, then only you complain. Kuch theek nahi hai, then you're querulous, complaining all the time. Okay, excellent. Everyone got that question right. Okay, next one. Exotic, idealistic, impractical, pragmatic. Which the odd one out? 15. Quixotic, idealistic, impractical, pragmatic. 15. Which is the odd one out? Don Quixote, you've heard of him? From there, we come across the word quixotic has been used. Quixotic, idealistic, impractical, pragmatic. A, C, 2 answers so far for 15. So what was he famous for? Quixote was famous because he was idealistic, he was impractical, he had all these grand visions and dreams. Therefore, A, B, and C are the same. The odd one out is D. If you're very exotic, that means you're idealistic, you're impractical, you have all these dreamy visions which cannot be put to. I mean, there's no way, they're not feasible. You can't put it into action. You can't be successful. So idealistic, impractical. Pragmatic is somebody who's very practical, who's very realistic. Got it? Grounded. All right. Question 16. Reprimand, admonish, reproach, restrain. Which is the odd one out? Reprimand, admonish, reproach, restrain. Which is the odd one out? Question 16. Reprimand, admonish, reproach, restrain. A, B, C, or D? Question 16. Quickly. Impractical, idealistic. Quixotic person is very impractical, is very idealistic. He has all these dreamy visions of things and which is impractical. All right. Reprimand, admonish, reproach, restrain. I'm seeing answers for 16, D and B. Any other answer? B, C. All right. Reprimand means to scold, admonish means to scold, reproach means to scold. Restrain means to stop somebody. Therefore, the odd one out is restrain. You are restrained from doing something. You are prevented from doing something. So, the odd one out is D. All right. All right. Okay. Next we have to see is what is the relationship between this. Spell it out and then look for an option where the pair in the answer option is related in the same manner. Right? So, joy is to euphory. What is the relationship between joy and euphory? Spell it out and then look at the options. What kind of relationships are you given? Any. They can be synonymous, they can be antonymous. That means the words in the STEM question pair can be a pair of synonyms, can be a pair of antonyms or opposites, can be professional and his place of work, professional and his tool of work, can be a, a question of degree. All right, for some of you it's buffering, but others can see it well. Maybe it's a problem with your system. Buffering, let me just quickly, let me just talk to my, send a message to my tech team to check. All right, okay, those of you who can see. All right, those of you who can see, joy is to euphoria. What is the relationship? Synonymous. You're very happy. Euphoria means great joy or great happiness. It's clear? All right, it's clear. All right, next one. Which of the options is a pair of synonyms? Despondency is to misery. Dejection is to anticipation. Our tech team is looking into it, but if all of you are not affected, it's not a problem at our end. Maybe it's a problem at your end. Okay, check it out. All right, ecstasy is to agony or emulation is to immolation. Which is a pair of synonyms? What does despondency mean? Despondency means unhappiness. What does misery mean? Misery means unhappiness. Isn't it the same? So what's the answer? The first one. Dejection, dispirited, feeling dispirited. Anticipation, hopeful. So they are opposites. Ecstasy, great joy. Agony, great grief. Cannot be the same. Emulate, you try to copy somebody. Emulation. Immolation, setting somebody on fire. That's different. So none of them are synonymous. All right. All right. Next one. Myriad is to handful. First, without looking at the options, determine the relationship of the stem pair. Say it out. Myriad is to happiness is. I'm not going to say it. All right. What is it? Few is to fewer. Scanty is to rare. Teeming is to sparse, or countless is to innumerable. Which one is the right word? Quickly. Few is to fewer, scanty is to rare, teeming is to sparse, or countless is to innumerable. Which one? Myriad is to handful. What's the relationship? I've got one answer only so far for question 18C. Where are the rest? Where are the rest? Okay. If the relationship is antonymous or opposite, which of these options are related in the same way? Few is to fewer is not antonymous. Myriad is countless. Many. Handful means a few. So scanty and rare are similar things, not seen often, not much in amount. Teeming, overflowing, sparse, very few. Therefore, the answer is C. Scanty and rare are similar. No, scanty rainfall, less rainfall. Rare occurrence, not happening often. So they are not opposites, right? So answer is C. Countless and innumerable is synonymous. Countless, you can't count. Innumerable, there is no number. Too many to count. Got it? All right. Next one. Farmer is to scythe as surgeon is to hospital. Knowing the meaning of scythe is important here. Then you will get the answer. Artist is to emotion. Woodcutter is to trees, or surgeon is to scalpel. 19. Farmer is to scythe as surgeon is to hospital. Artist is to emotion. Woodcutter is to trees, or surgeon is to scalpel. What's the right answer? Quickly. Question 19. We have lots of questions to do still till 27 and it's already 8:30. Quick. Okay. Tanishka says D. Yusuf says, okay, lots of answers now for D. Scythe is the instrument with which a farmer cuts his harvest or grass. Therefore, it's professional and his tool. All right. Okay. Excellent. Next one. Inimical is to hostile as, what's the relationship? Inimical is to hostile. What's the relationship? The tribals on the Andamans are inimical to strangers. Inimical is to hostile. What's the relationship? Synonymous, antonymous, degree. What is it? And which of these options is related in the same way? 20. Put the question number, please. Put the question number, please. Inimical to strangers, we say. Mm, just think of words which are similar. Enemy, inimical, yeah. Inimical and hostile are synonyms. Hostile to strangers. That's why when they go in a safari kind of a thing, when you go into the jungles, interiors of the Andamans, they say if your jeep breaks down, if your don't get out of the vehicle because they have poisoned arrows. So when they see a stranger, they are equally scared. They are scared of you. You are scared of them. They are scared of you, and they when they don't see and when they see somebody different, they don't see many outsiders, strangers. So you get hit by poison arrows. All right, so which one here is a set of opposites? Let me see you get that right. Amiable, friendly. So enmity and friendship cannot go together. Bellicose, aggressive. Docile, calm, yielding. Cannot be. These are antonymous. Affable means friendly. Yes. Amicable, again friendly, not inhospitable. So the answer is C. Excellent. All right. Next one. This was a CLAT question. That's why I gave it CLAT. Yeah, CLAT. I gave it when I said, let them know that you get very difficult questions, you get moderately difficult questions, or you get very easy questions. But sometimes in your excitement, you make a mistake of marking synonyms instead of antonyms, and that's where you make a mistake. Limb is to man as A, B, C, or D. Quickly, 21. You have to do this in seconds before I move on to 22. Again, whether it's easy or difficult, spell the relationship. Limb is a organ of a man or a part of a man, just as, and that's how you solve it. All right. Poised to cat, 21D. All of you got that. Excellent. All right. Next one. Mingle is to mix. Mingle is to mix as, what is the right answer? How are you confused? What is there in confused? Fur is to deer. Fur is the hairy covering of the deer. Man uses limbs to walk as a cat uses its paws. Man uses his limbs as a tool just as a cat uses its paw. All right, you have to go deeper into it. Got it? Okay, next one. Mingle is to mix. Yeah, class is almost ending, man. Mingle is to mix. What is the relationship between mingle and mix? First tell me that and then quickly we can do it. They are synonymous. So which one here is a pair of synonyms? Conceal is to hide is again a pair of synonyms. Excellent. All right. Next one. Garbage is to trash as valuable is to gold, waste is to litter, elephant is to animal, or wind is to breathe. 23. Garbage is to trash. What's the relationship? All right, Yusuf. Valuable is to gold, waste is to litter, elephant is to animal. They are synonymous. All right, garbage and trash are synonymous. Just as, which one here is synonymous? Waste and litter. Waste is the same as litter, and all four mean the same thing. All right. Right. Deny is to refuse as Condemn is to criticize, scream is to laugh, climb is to clamor, massive is to missive. What's the relationship between deny and refuse? How would you spell it out? 24. 23, correct. 24. Deny is to refuse. 24. What is the relationship? Relationship is what? Synonymous. Okay, similar. As condemn is to criticize. To condemn means to say harsh things about somebody, which is the same as criticize. Now you can scream, but that scream may be in anger, maybe in laughter, maybe crying, so it's not the same thing. Climb is different from clamor. Clamor is noise. Massive means big. Missive is a message or a letter, a written piece of a written communication. Something like a message is called a written message is called a missive, like a letter, right? Okay, next one. Appear is to vanish. What's the relationship? Quickly, guys. Appear is to vanish. What's the relationship? Quickly, first say it and then, okay, 25. Give me the answer. Call is to curse, send is to receive, work is to salary, fire is to get. If you get, you just need to spell out the stem, the relationship of the question pair, and you'll get the answers. So when you do that, you will not make a mistake in synonyms when you know the words. Appear is to vanish are antonymous or opposites. Therefore, the correct answer will be send is to receive. All right, very good. The questions are becoming easier as we move on. Huh? It's because doing things in a hurry. I knew the last 3-4 questions. Avoid is to evade. What's the relationship? Avoid is to evade. Then look at the options and tell me which one. Avoid is to evade. What's the relationship between these two words? Send is to receive. Done. Thank you. What's the next one? Quickly. Avoid is to evade. What's the relationship? And which pair has a similar relationship? I want you to tell me that. I've got answers already. Excellent. I must get the font bigger next time so that I can see your names clearly. I can see the first line. Yeah, avoid is to evade. Similar. When you avoid somebody, you are evading somebody. Okay. Savitri ma'am's class, run away. You're evading me, avoiding me. And many people think it's this. A bag and a basket are not necessarily the same. To correct is to rectify. Alright, D. Okay, last word for the session. After that, I just need to talk to you for 2 minutes. Nurture is to nourish. Nurture is to nourish. What's the relationship? And which of the options, which option is the right answer? Endorse is to advocate, oppose is to champion, play is to fun, or curb is to crack. 27. 26, many of you got it right. Excellent. Next one. Last question of the set. Nurture is to nourish. Synonymous. Excellent. Next, which is the answer? Endorse is to advocate, oppose is to champion, play is to fun, or curb is to crack. Play is always fun. Is play always fun? To exact meaning. I'm having fun. I'm playing. Is it the same thing? You can have fun while reading. You can have fun while watching a movie. You can have. So, are they synonymous? Play and fun? Nurture and nourish are exactly the same. To nurture means to nourish. To play means fun. No. Fun is enjoying. So, it is not C. What's the answer? To endorse is to support or to advocate. So the answer is A. Alright, play and fun are not synonyms. Okay, got it? That's where that's why the last question had a catch. All right. So we actually learnt about 50 new words. For many of you, it may not be new, but at least it helped you remember these words. No, it's not curb and crack. It is advocate is to endorse. Endorse is to support, and advocate also means to support. You advocate a clause. Cause. Now, many people think of an advocate as a lawyer, so they don't think of it as a verb. All right. So we've learned, go through the list only of the words that you didn't know. So then you have this small, you should have a small notebook where you write down, or you can this thing, have a file in your computer where you write down what words did. Now, when you, after the class, maybe tomorrow, endorse is to support. Maybe tomorrow, maybe day after, just think what were the words I learned in the class. You don't look at the file first. Just keep writing the words that you learned and their meanings. And then put the words in clusters. Endorse, advocate, support. Do you think of any other words? So they would work as odd one out. They would work, you learn in word clusters, you can immediately figure out odd one out questions. All right. And the best way to build a strong vocabulary is reading. When you read the newspaper, when you come across a nice new word, look at the entire sentence and try to remember the word in the context of the sentence. All right. I will see you very soon in another class. If you like the session, please press the like button so that they'll say, okay, students like the class. Let's give Savitri one more class. All right. I'll see you again very soon with another class, maybe on vocabulary, maybe on grammar, maybe on something else. Okay. Until then, work hard. The harder you work, the better you get. But also remember to enjoy your preparations. Bye-bye.